They went to her job, put her in handcuffs, threw her in a jail cell for nothing. No matter where you live in North Carolina, what's going on right now in Wendell should really concern you. It's partly about immigration, but it's also about the breakdown of our rule of law. Fatima Velazquez-Antonio lives in Wendell over in Wake County. She was born in Honduras, and after her mother died of cancer and her father was murdered by a gang, she was brought to America as a child, and she wound up in Johnston County. Fatima attended Corinth Holders High School in Wendell, and she was working her job at an HVAC company in Wendell. When ICE agents raided her job site the other week, they put this young woman in handcuffs, transported her down to Georgia, and she's now facing imminent deportation from the United States. And here's a critical piece of information. Fatima Velazquez-Antonio is in the United States legally. This young woman was brought to America as a child, and her legal application for asylum has been pending for many years. But in the meantime, Fatima Velazquez-Antonio holds a valid and legal work permit that explicitly allows her to live in and be employed in the United States. I will say that again. This woman's got a literal piece of paper from the United States government that says that she's allowed to be here and allowed to work. And ICE snatched her up anyway, took her to Georgia, and might deport her out of the country no matter what her paperwork says. In almost every way, Fatima Velazquez-Antonio is an American immigration success story. This is a girl who escapes a terrible background of violence and war, comes to America, gets an education, goes to work for a local small business that helps build homes for people, pays her taxes, follows the rules, diligently saves up her own money to go buy a home, is about to marry her boyfriend, might start a family, who knows. This is the American dream right here. How does it benefit America to deport this woman? How does it benefit anyone who lives in North Carolina? The point here is not just to feel bad for Fatima Velazquez-Antonio. You should. What's being done to her is an illegal outrage and should be stopped. But there's a broader point here as well, because it's not just Fatima. This same thing is happening to hundreds of people. We have a heavily armed federal paramilitary force deployed on American soil, grabbing people off the street and just ignoring laws that they find inconvenient. We have U.S. citizens being grabbed and arrested, as well as non-citizens like Fatima, who are here legally under what they thought was American protection. And we all know exactly the people who are responsible for this. The United States Constitution and our system of laws only matter as long as people care about the rule of law, and if we lose that, it's very hard to get it back. The ballot box is the most important place to fight back, and do not let these people get away with trashing our Constitution.